to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Corey Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real. People get shot during the day?
And Aaron Carter.
Buy the armor, I equip it, and it's like pink thong. The guy that delivers vending machine items in my job, he could play it right.
Fill up your Mountain Dew and grab your Doritos. It's time for Video Game Bang.
The thirst is absolutely real, everybody. I am Sir Aaron Carter, and you are listening to Sacramento's very, 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 very special episode of the Video Game Bang. That's right, powered by energy, brought to you by Oblivion Comics and Coffee. Come for the coffee, stay for the comics. And that's right, GG Gamer Subs, everybody. Get your bump, GG Gamer Subs. Don't forget to go to their website, everybody. You know why? Because if you put in the code VGB, you get a small discount and you get a high energy drink, right?
Yeah. That sounds good.
That sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah.
small discount.
What's
Low discount.
What's the
High
website?
energy drink. What is that?
Gamersubs.gg.
GG. What does .gg stand for?
Because
Because I know there's .com, .eu, you know.
GG is like the gamer, like energy.gg.
Yeah, I know, but I
It's
thought
like
they all
the-
had some type of thing to it.
Esports thing. I don't know what.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
You heard his voice, everybody. The real David Webb is here.
What's going on, everybody?
And that is it.
That's it.
That is it. It is a two-man show.
Two-man show.
But the first time in VGB history, Sir Aaron Carter and the real David Webb.
Yeah,
That's it.
we're making history.
We are making history. No Corey. No Ivy. No Steven. No Alex Baggs. No Aaron Rosale. Who else? I can go down
Noel.
the list. Noel hasn't been on the show in like years.
I know. It's
Like freaking years. I mean, we have the chat room here, right?
Chat's here.
They're here doing their. Oh, look at that. Squiggles already popping off in chat
There you
with
go.
the gamersubs.gg. Don't forget to go there.
If you're not here in chat, you should be. Every Wednesday, Saturday, when we do the recording, twitch.tv/videogame_bang.
That's right.
And I gotta be honest, I got two tabs open right now.
Why do you have two tabs open?
I got our tab open so I can talk to people in chat.
Okay.
I got Overwatch League going on in another tab.
Uh-oh, that's
Right
right.
now.
Today was the day, people.
Today was the day.
Today was the day indeed. Overwatch League. Oh my gosh. The excitement, right?
It's crazy.
Here's the thing.
All right, lay it on me.
I was at work. I came home and I was on Twitter, I think it was.
Okay.
And I saw somebody saying some stuff about the Overwatch League. I want to say it was one of our guests that we had on the show before, Ms. Mia Khalifa.
Oh, yeah.
And she was saying good luck to, who was it, Dallas? Dallas. And then, our very own, who, I don't know, was it you or was it Corey? Somebody tweeted, it's all about the shock.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Like, sorry, Mia, it's all about the shock. And that made me be like, oh, crap. League starts today.
Yeah.
I got to watch. So I hop on, and I log on to Twitch, and I got to go for the shock, of course.
Obviously.
We got to go for the shock. I got to make sure that, I'm representing, the team, one, closest, regionally.
Yeah.
And two, they sponsored by NRG right here. There's so many ties.
It's Shock fam.
Yeah, it's Shock family. Got to do it. We give the shocker here. We're shocker fans. Some people will catch that and some people won't.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
So anyway, I watch it, and then I come in when we're down, 1-0 against what, Valiant, the Vagrants?
Valiant, yeah.
Whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares about them. The LA Valiant. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I was a little disappointed.
It was sad. It feels bad, man.
It feels bad.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I had a friend kind of holding my hand through it. She was kind of giving me some explanations to why what was happening was happening. It's so I'm a big soccer fan, as everybody knows.
Right.
And I know how you can get whenever, how I can get when my team is losing and I'm watching the match and stuff like that. I was a little like that.
Yeah.
only during like game 3, maybe. Because it was like, okay, they're down 2.
Right. They could come back game 3. This is your chance. You got to come back.
Yeah.
Let's bring it home.
And no. It didn't. What was your first experience before I go really deep into this? What was your first experience?
I got off work right at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had it playing on my way home. So I just heard audio. So it was like listening to like a football game on the radio kind of thing. So
now, what were they playing it on? Or were you just listening to like
I just had it
on Twitch and then you just
I just streamed it
I thought you
through
meant like
my
they
car.
really had it on some type of radio and then somebody was announcing there. Okay.
No, I was just playing Twitch through my car, and I'm listening to it, and like listening to it was one thing, but when I got home and I could actually sit there and I could watch, I watched game 3 and game 4 at home. Sitting there and watching it, it was just a whole other dynamic, and it really put in perspective like how they were doing. I feel for Sleepy, because Sleepy is a Zenyatta main, and I'm a Zenyatta main, and I know what it's like. As Zenyatta, you get targeted like crazy, and Sleepy, like every time he turned the corner, he'd get popped. Like they were going after him hard, which made Dak have to pop his res as Mercy all the time.
So here's the thing, though. You said Sleepy was kind of he's the rookie of the team, right?
That's what the announcers were saying. They were saying he's never played a pro match since or before preseason.
Okay. And I mean, that makes sense. You know, you're kind of getting your feet wet. This is the first time you're in the big leagues now.
Right.
All the cameras are on you. You're up on the big stage. You got all the people watching you on Twitch, live, you know, down in LA, or excuse me, Burbank, right? I don't know if they differentiate.
I don't remember where. It might actually be Santa Monica.
Okay.
I don't actually. It's down in LA.
But you got the fans' eyes on you, and you know you're it's the first time you're in the big leagues type of thing, and you might have that jitters, you know, that first game jitters. If you've never played the pros like that, this is a new level for you, new level of competition, you know, new responsibilities that are on you because of the contracts that are signed and stuff like that. So I can see somebody being shaken for the first game, definitely.
Yeah.
The rest of the team, though.
You know what though, Baby Bay.
Yes.
As Genji wrecked.
I will hats off to Baby Bay only because as I was in his curse of the commentary, like that's what you say. I was talking about it. I was like, what's going on? You know, with the lady that I was speaking with. I was like, what's happening? I don't understand why they're, you know, playing this way. Like, you know, these guys were, you know, touted, you know, as, you know, pretty good players. And they're like they're losing it right now. And then as soon as I'm talking, you hear a Genji ult pop, and then he drops for like a triple, right? Like with one sword slash, it seemed like. Yeah,
triple with one, and then took out like 2 more.
Yeah.
I mean, just almost team wiped.
Saves the little round.
Yeah.
And they at least capture the first spot just to move on to the second one. And it's just like, all right. Maybe that gave me a little bit of hope because I think that was game 3, right?
Yeah, that was game 3. And I was like, okay, here we go. We're coming back because, like you said, like in games 1 and 2, you're cheering and you want them to win, obviously, but it wasn't as critical, or it didn't feel as critical until game 3 when you're like, okay, if they don't win this, then that's it, they're done.
Yeah. I mean,
because they can win game 3, game 4, and then go on and tie and do a game 5.
Is that what they do? Because I was asking that as well.
So
I'm not sure.
That's what they did in preseason.
Okay.
We weren't entirely sure in preseason. We thought it was going to end as a tie, and then sure enough, they're like, all right, we're going into map 5. Like, you know, get ready. We'll be back in 2 minutes or whatever. So I'm assuming they would do the same thing.
So why not just go best 5?
Well,
I mean, it seems like, because they're not all going to be like, okay, so for people that are new and didn't see, LA swept San Francisco 4-0, okay? So I was trying to ask, you know, before the blowout, I was trying to ask, like, what happens then? Like, I said, what is there any possible way, when we were down by 2, is there any possible way for us to come back and win? And she was like, no. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Mathematically, it makes no sense because we could win 2 games right here. That doesn't mean we lost then.
Right.
So then, you know, why not use best of 5?
Well, to put it in your terms for soccer, it's now there's overtime or whatever they call it. They call it extra time. Extra time, yeah.
But here's the thing.
So extra time would be another map.
It could be a thing in soccer where it's, if this is a match, right?
Yeah.
and then they won 2, we won 2, we both get a point for the league. See what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just a tie, in soccer. You get a point. You can get all 3 points if you win the whole thing, or you get no points, of course, if you lose. So I'm not really quite that sure how it works, and I've got to research or whatever. But yeah, Valiant, they went through and they swept them, of course. But there wasn't all negatives. You got to realize that we have a rookie who can't play just yet.
We got a couple people. We had IDDQD who was sick.
Yeah.
And then we had one guy who he can't play yet. He can't play till like mid-season.
I thought it was like the third something. I can't remember what they said.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
like the third stage?
Yeah, like third stage.
Yeah, about mid-season or so.
Okay.
So once we're at full strength, then I think it's going to be a different team. But also, I think that this is kind of like, okay, moving into Friday, because Friday is the next match.
Yeah, Friday's the next match against Dallas, right? Yeah, Dallas Fuel.
Dallas. I think we're going to see a lot better like results. I think we're going to see them really pick it up for the next match, because they've already got those jitters out. They've already done the first match, opening season 1, the first season of Overwatch League. They're the opening match. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
I feel like going into the next match, jitters are done. Pressure has decreased. Now it's time to play the game.
Now it's time to play the game. Okay. I didn't get to see too much of the presentation. That was what I was kind of, wanted to see how they do. I liked how the way the commentators and everything were set up and how they were saying, but like the beforehand presentation, to get me into the stuff.
The desk, the talking
heads.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of that.
Did you see any of the preseason?
No, I did not.
Okay, so it's very professional looking. It's very ESPN. There's a desk. There's lights. There's they're there. They're talking strategy. They're talking, if you're, going into the next round, round 3, if you're San Francisco Shock, what are you thinking about right now? I mean, like it's like watching ESPN. It's like watching halftime in a regular, traditional sports, game.
And that's good. I like that. I mean, okay. I definitely like that.
The production value is really high, and the spectating is really good. You can go in and look at it from one player's perspective. You can be a free camera and just roam the map.
So, wait. If
you're well, no, I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. As whoever's controlling the spectating camera can do that. You can go from first-person perspective as one of the players or characters. You can, or they can go free roam the map, just as a floating camera, and then they have a top down view, and you see all the players. So you see the map, and then where the players are as they're coming in. So you do a team wipe, you see where the other team is coming as the team A is responding. You see where team B is going, kind of thing, like the placements and stuff.
I like that.
It's really good. That's very well done. Astronomically better than where it was in before Overwatch League, when it was just the pro teams.
So what do you think about the camera work that they did while the game was actually running? Because I was going to say, whenever I saw they followed a lot of the DPS. They wanted to see who was doing the damage out there and everything like that. Yeah. I understand that's where the action pretty much is. You're not really looking at the tanks too much. But whenever I was watching a Tracer, I kept getting I felt like I was getting lost, because she's such a fast character, zipping all over the place.
Yeah.
And it was hard to keep up with, okay, she's zipping in, she's doing some damage, and she's zipping out.
And I think that when I was watching it, they didn't stay on Tracer for too long. They would do that, they would see her do some damage, and then they'd pull away and go to somebody else. Right now, I have the other tab open, and they were doing a replay, and I was watching it from the point of view as Winston.
Okay.
And so, they're switching back and forth. I think they're doing a great job about not staying on one player for too long. And then when they're just a floating camera, they're not. Their positioning is really good, so you see the entire action. You don't feel like you're missing anything or can't tell what's going on. You see it very well.
Okay. All right.
So.
It'll get better. I mean, as it progresses, I know they'll probably make some changes when they have to, and they'll get around to, and then the team as well. Like we said, they'll get better as well. They were playing kind of limped here, I would say. They didn't have, I guess, their A game, their A squad up there yet. They just had kind of, what they did. Like no subs, right? They didn't have anybody.
I don't think they subbed out. Valiant did. They subbed. What was his name? Something String. He was Soldier. And
oh yeah, I saw. Yeah. I saw that one. Yeah.
They subbed him out. I'm watching. So right now I got the Dallas Fuel and Seoul Dynasty match going on right now. It's 1-1 going into game 3, and I gotta say this is a really good matchup. There were a couple times I feel like Seoul made a mistake on the Nubis. The first point they were defending, and they perched up right when you walk through the arches.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole team was right there on the right, up on the roofs and stuff.
Yeah.
But Dallas had like a dive comp, so they just blasted right through to the point, and then Seoul had to come and play catch up, and Dallas just wiped them and took the point super quick.
Okay, so that kind of brings me to my question as well. When I was watching it, the lady that I was talking with, Katie, well, I don't know why I keep saying the lady, like nobody
knows who she is.
Yeah, so Katie anyway was telling me, she was like, there's, the meta that they're trying to play with, and that's, they need to be changing to adapt with the situation and everything like that. And I was like, this is why I don't like metas, because it gets in the pro player's head, like, this is the way to win. This is scientifically proven the way to win. We have to stick with that. And it makes me feel like they don't think outside the box enough to adapt when a situation isn't working. It seems like they're insane. They're trying the same thing over, expecting different results. And they're just pounding the same, thing, and it just wasn't working.
I get it a little bit where you're coming from. I mean, at the same time, there's always going to be some sort of a meta, because you're always going to have people who play, hero A, and hero B is the counter for that, is the best counter for that. So if team A is playing hero A, then team B is going to be playing hero B.
But that's fine.
And that's always going to be the case, and that's what creates metas.
That's fine if you actually do change. Because, she texted me, she was saying metas can be countered, but people don't swap. So I'm like, so then you're not playing the meta. You're not even trying then. If this is just, I don't know what the metas are, but if you know that Reinhardt beats, Tracer all the time type of thing,
mm-hmm.
and you're not switching so you can adapt to that, and you're just getting banged by Tracer over and over, and you're not trying to take that Tracer out or some other way, then what are you doing? What is your strategy then?
Well, that's where, you kind of have to look at the rest of your team too. So, like, Tracer may beat Reinhardt, but, Winston beats Tracer, so you rely on your Winston player to cover your back as Reinhardt.
And then when they fail?
Well, that's...
Because, you got to watch the field, too. They do that in every sport.
Yeah,
like, where's somebody failing? I need to pick up maybe I need to pick up some slack. Like LeBron, he'll turn it up an extra notch when he sees some of the teammates going down,
Well, yeah, look at soccer. So you got defenders that back up the goalie.
Yeah.
But what happens if the defenders fail? Okay, well, now the goalie's on their own, and they have to pick up the slack. Same situation. It's like that with every sport.
I don't know. The other thing I saw online was somebody was trying to figure out how to actually manage a Overwatch team.
Yeah.
And you said it before the show that, like, there's been managers for esports teams like forever.
Right. This isn't a new thing.
Yes.
Like, so I don't understand the difference. I don't understand why that's like unless they never did iron it out.
I don't know.
From the beginning, but I don't understand why it's different because it's Overwatch League. Managing the team itself, I could see being the same. I understand the league is different. It's different than when it was, just an esport. It was like its own league kind of thing, if that makes sense. Because now you have league rules, you have regulations, you have things that you have to abide by, you have, there's all these extra things that come in that you didn't have to deal with before. And so I could see how that could be a struggle. But when it comes to game time and managing the team game time, I don't see a huge difference. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm overlooking something, but
I don't know. I didn't get to read the whole thing. I just kind of read the highlight. I think it was on Kotaku, if you want to check it out. It's like no one knows how to run an Overwatch League team yet. I don't know. It's out there. one of the quotes on there, or one of the paragraphs was like, though esports fans usually use the meta to refer to whatever strategies are in vogue in game, the concept is just relative outside that context. OLW's deep pocket investors are themselves involved in a kind of lucrative meta game, which while coaches and managers are trying to figure out what kind of organization works best for winning OWL matches, which is Overwatch League, of course. So what's the meta for Overwatch League right now? I mean, I guess it's still just kind of being, worked out, right? To see what's the best way to win. Because is the league going to be the same type of meta as the actual full game outside the league? Because it's kind of because it feels like there's a difference from like if we say just non-league players that are pros, quote unquote, are college football players, and then you have the NFL. You can do tremendous in the NFL. I mean, in the college, but then when you go to the NFL, you could just bomb out because it's a whole different animal.
It's a whole different animal.
So that's the next thing that I want to see too.
True.
Is like, okay, yeah, you're good, playing online and stuff like that with your friends, and you even won some tournaments, and you even made it to the spotlight here and there. But when you make it to Overwatch League, it's a whole different beast.
So you're talking like there's a couple players like IDDQD. He was on NRG's Overwatch team. And now the NRG Overwatch team is the San Francisco Shock. Like there's no just Overwatch team. It seems like that's going to be pretty much standard. So like if you go to the NRG website and you click on Overwatch, it takes you to San Francisco Shock. So you're saying that, for example, IDDQD was on the NRG team, now he's on the Shock. Is there a difference in between playing NRG in competitions versus playing Shock as in League?
True.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how that's going to make a difference. Because, I mean, if you think about it, most of these players were on other teams before this. And then now they're just localized to a city as opposed to being spread out and being on different organization teams.
I mean, okay. I mean, everything, it's all new.
It's all new. Things are still getting ironed out.
Yeah. Eventually, they will be ironed out, and we'll have a better example of how everything is going to be, run. And what I would love to see is like, okay, this is the highest league or whatever. You're going to see that type of gameplay and their metas and everything trickle down to, your online play at home. So it's like, because, that's how it does. People do it, at the highest level. They'll want to do it at the lowest level too.
Well, yeah, for sure. You have players at the lowest level who watch the highest level and they go, okay, well, that's how that player wins. So I'm going to go and play as that player.
We got another game this Friday, right?
We got another game this Friday, which is going to be interesting, seeing as how it's the Fuel.
You just watch them, right?
Well, I'm watching them right now. They're a good team. But what's interesting is Siegel, a former NRG player, is on the Fuel.
So we got some storylines.
So we got some storylines happening.
I like that.
Ooh, that was a bad Feral.
So storyline, that definitely makes it for interesting watch.
Yeah.
Because now you got to go at them. You got to
right.
You got to show them like, oh, you left us. Oh, okay. This is how. Especially after coming off of a wash like this, 4-0. You got to come back strong.
You got to
in the
come
next
back
one.
hard.
How's he been doing so far in that actual whatchamacallit?
Honestly,
in that match?
I don't think he's played yet. At least the matches I've watched, I don't think he's playing. I think he's on the bench right now. Oh. I don't know if he's played yet.
Maybe they're saving him. Maybe they're saving him for the Shock.
People in the San Francisco Shock Discord are saying that if they had Siegel on one of these maps, then they probably would have won the map. But instead they didn't. So I don't know if he's played at all yet tonight.
Let me quick and get some of the people in chat because they are, of course, our extra seated host here. Punch the Bird is talking about you're taking people from their mother's basements and putting them in a room full of people watching what he thinks gonna happen. I'm guessing he means there's choke artists. Dr. Dark was talking about the Bosworth effect, which he means, I guess, Brian Bosworth was the ish in college, but when he went to the NFL was crap. And see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a whole new ball game. So it could be that could be, what was the rookie's name again?
Sleepy.
Sleepy. It could be Sleepy's. He could have the Bosworth effect. Who knows? Even this new guy that they spent, X amount of dollars on, who hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
He's got to show up. he's got to show up.
Especially at that price tag.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. I don't know.
It's yeah. I'm excited for this though. I'm excited for the league to actually be here. I mean, it's been a long time that we've been talking about this. We've been waiting for it to start. And it's exciting to see it in its entirety. And from what I've heard, we're gonna have like 12 games a week in the league.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a lot of freaking.
That's a lot of Overwatch.
Yeah, that's a lot of Overwatch.
It's going to be pretty sweet, and because they're all playing in LA, they're alternating like who's going to be the quote unquote home team, who's the away team, and stuff like that. So it's.
I'm trying to see if Punch the Bird is talking about. He said, "Why is it such a big deal if someone leaves and comes back?" I'm guessing you're talking about Siegel. If you're referring to that, then it's just kind of like. People thought that was going to be the dream team type of thing, right? With Siegel on the roster?
It was Siegel. It was IDDQD. I can't remember the entire roster. I just remember it was those two. And then there were a couple other people on the team. Like, the whole squad was like the dream team. It was going to... So much promise. It was going to wreck. And I don't know if they actually even... played together, to be honest. I can't remember.
So people were excited for
Corey
that
would
one.
know, but...
People were excited for that one, and then all of a sudden it just kind of, he said, you know what? I'm shutting the studio, guys, and I'm leaving. And, I mean, he is where he's at, and we will see who, if he gets some playtime next Friday or this Friday coming up, and I don't know. We will.
I think it'd be disappointing if they don't play him.
They gotta.
They have to play him.
You gotta play him.
They have to play him. I mean, if nothing else, from a strategic standpoint, you got a previous NRG player playing against NRG players. If I'm the Dallas Fuel coach, I'm putting him in there because he knows their play style. He doesn't know maybe the new guy's play style, but he knows his former teammates' play style.
Yeah.
He knows how to counter him.
So. Well,
it's a good strategy.
And you're where are you going to be at?
So Corey and I are going to be down in San Francisco at I gotta look up the name. I want to say it's called Emporium. It's going to be a 21 and over event, and we're doing a viewing party.
Wait, you say 20 and over? 21 and over?
21 and over. Shock viewing party. Emporium SF. It's an arcade bar. So that's why it's
okay. Over. All right.
So we're gonna have 2 of the players are gonna be there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty awesome. And we're gonna see so it's Super and Sinatra. Those are the 2 players that are gonna be there. Beforehand, they're gonna be at the Microsoft store, like around the corner. So that's all ages, free. You can go sign, get autographs, get some swag, and then 21 and over is going to start at 6 p.m.
Are they going to have merchandise to buy?
I don't know if they're going to have merchandise to buy, but there's going to be free swag there. Okay. So you're going to walk out with some stuff.
Not bad.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely if you are in the Sacramento, Northern California, San Francisco, Bay Area, definitely come by. It's free. It's going to be dope.
All right. Are you gonna sign anything?
I'll sign some stuff. If you guys bring your own pen though. I don't like carrying pens.
You don't. That makes no sense.
I don't like carrying pens. They'll break and get all over my clothes. They gotta look on point, Aaron.
Okay, you go ahead and look on point for the people. We got some other news stories.
What else we got
coming up in here? Did you know that the Xbox soon Webb will have a Do Not Disturb sign? A digital do not disturb sign for your account.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain, because I know it's kind of like, what the hell does this mean? Why don't you just either go invisible?
Yeah.
I mean, all right, I had to kind of do this. So your Xbox will eventually go virtual, or will get a virtual do not disturb sign when a feature coming to the Xbox Inside program makes it to everyone's system. The option will allow you to play online while also show friends and other people on Xbox Live that you're not accepting messages nor interested in any of their other games. Sometimes all you want to do is avoid distractions and focus entirely on your game. The post officially states, we'll include a do not disturb online status, which will suppress notifications and let your friends know that you're not available for another game or activity right now. Makes no sense to me.
0 cents.
Like, why in the world is this thing needed? That means, you know what? That means they spent development time. That means they spent manpower. That means they spent money all on this stupid feature that makes no sense at all.
The Xbox software
Yes.
has got to be on point. If there is one bug in that software, I'm going to be pissed because that means they spent development time on a digital do not disturb sign
Yes.
rather than ironing out these bugs.
That makes no
it doesn't make any sense.
They've had it for the longest already, since Xbox 360 to go invisible.
To go invisible.
Yes.
Just go invisible. Otherwise, what you're saying to your friends is a giant F you. I see you're on. I see you want to play with me.
But you're
no.
being a dick. You don't want
But no,
to.
I'm not in the mood. You could see what I'm playing. Oh, you want to play with me? Nope. Sorry. Just go invisible.
It's relatively minor, but you're very welcome. Apparently, addition to the service and probably the most noteworthy addition to the top mini game hubs and granular options being added to the inactivity shutdown menu. You'll now be able to choose from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 hours inactivity to shut down your system. You can take out the peek of the insider program when it's available a little bit later. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In the chat room, I have to agree with Punch the Bird. He says they have run out of ideas for consoles.
Yeah.
Like, it's what else? What else am I going to do with this console? I don't know. When graphics take you so far.
You gotta wait for technology to catch up.
Exactly.
I know. Let's do not disturb. Can you imagine the meeting? They're sitting around in the table like, okay, what else can we do?
It probably saved somebody's job. It
Yeah.
probably saved one person's job where he was like, all right, Stanley, what do you got this week?
He's like, all right, here's my pitch. You're playing a game. Your friends want to play with you, but you just want to be a douche and give them the middle finger.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
But you want to
Answer. You can't.
You want to let them know, though.
But you want to let them know.
You want to let them know.
That you know.
Exactly.
That they want to play, but no. Do not disturb.
He said, you ever been in a hotel?
Mic drop, Stanley out.
Been in a hotel and you wanted room service not to knock on the damn door?
What do you do?
What do you do, huh?
You hang the do not disturb
He
sign.
probably has boards.
He probably has
He made slides
big
and
boards.
everything.
He has a PowerPoint.
Yes.
He has graphs. He has actors to act out scenarios. He hired some C-level celebrity to come in and co-sign on it.
It's terrible. I don't know. They should have. I don't know.
Makes no sense.
What do you want from a console though now? Like, what do you want now?
I mean,
is there anything left? Because you play a lot of PC.
Yeah. I mean, console really. What I want to see from a console is something that's probably never going to happen, and it's something that you've talked about, and it's just cross-platform play.
Yes, hands.
That's the next thing I want to see.
Down. And to me, it pisses me off because when we did the story about it's basically a switch of the button.
Yeah.
I could be playing Fortnite with my little brother who's on the Xbox, on the PlayStation. What are we doing?
It doesn't make any sense. It's just it's not even greed because they're not even like getting anything out of it. I don't know. It doesn't. It's dumb. That's what I want to see next. I'd say VR compatibility, but we're already seeing that with Xbox One X.
Yeah, and PlayStation has that type of stuff
Pro.
too. Yeah, so I mean,
we're seeing the VR compatibility, so that's already there. It's getting on par with some of the mid-range PCs. So gaming power is there, graphics is there.
Good old Ninja says it's called manners. That's what he's saying. No, he's talking about if it's no, I don't buy that. I don't buy that BS. It's not called manners. That's so stupid to me.
Duck the Dark in chat says, "Here's my pitch. What do you do when people like you but you don't like them?"
There you go. Go on. Yeah. That's literally what this is. All right. I mean, whatever. We'll leave Xbox alone. They got their own things kind of going right now. But another big topic that's coming up in a lot of, the forums and everything like that is this new Dragon Ball Z fighter game.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that last Wednesday.
Yes.
And,
did we talk about that? The beta released a roster?
No, we talked about it as being like, the possible future esport for 2018.
It could be. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, because it's going to be at an EVO eventually. So it's going to make its rounds around there. But apparently a French tweet, I believe it was, maybe Spanish. I think it's Spanish. I want to say Spanish. Actually kind of leaked the 11 playable characters that's going to be coming out on the roster, and apparently it's got a couple of people hyped about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you are very versed in the Dragon Ball, universe.
I know Goku.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely going to be on there.
I know Gohan.
Yep, Gohan's on there. Well, adult Gohan, I should say.
Okay. Gohan's Goku's son, right?
That is correct.
Nailed it. Is there a Piccolo?
Piccolo is in there.
Is he the green guy?
He is the green guy.
I know there's an old bald guy.
You're probably thinking of Master Roshi.
Yeah, that might be it.
Okay.
And then.
But he's not going to be on. He's not going to be on this beta.
And then there's other people.
Yes, you can say that about any story. Literally any story.
There's some chick.
There's other people. There's a girl, maybe a guy.
Yeah. She's like Goku's wife or girlfriend or.
His wife. He does have a wife.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it was Purdue in chat who said that he was actually got the hookup on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got the little test or whatever. He said he's at work testing DBZ Fighter. A friend hooked him up. Yeah, so I mean,
nice,
definitely. For the other people that get into this beta later on, you're going to be able to play, of course, what the aforementioned characters that Webb so versatily put out there.
Yeah.
But you also will have Vegeta.
That was the other one. Wow. I knew there was another one.
Krillin, Cell, Android 18, Frieza, Beerus, and Kid Buu. And then they threw in a curveball and put Nappa in there.
What? Nappa's in there?
Yeah, Nappa is terrible, first of all.
Okay.
So there's no reason for him to actually even be in there. He's probably just going to be... I mean, like, if you stack him against all these other characters right now, I guess minus Krillin. I guess Krillin now, to some point, Krillin could probably, wash out Nappa. But... So, yeah, I mean, it's 11 strong fighters out of the 20 that are supposed to be released in this game. That's not bad for a beta, right?
Yeah.
You get a
good taste of it.
I mean, I have a couple of coworkers at work who are definitely ready to play this game. I don't know if I'm going to actually pick it up. I own DBZ Xenoverse.
Oh, yeah, you do. You were playing that for a while with Jerry.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it. Create your own character, do a whole bunch of missions, fight alongside Dragon Ball characters, fight against Dragon Ball characters. I don't know. I like being immersed in a world that's been created by other people. So,
in a whole new world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's awesome. Duck the Dark says anyone but Yamcha. Yeah, Yamcha is probably the cannon fodder of the game.
Yamcha sounds like a food.
They're all kind of foods. You know that, right?
Oh, I did not know that.
Not all of them, but like. A lot of the characters are just food.
Who's the Mewtwo-looking guy that's fighting in the GIF that you have playing on right now?
Oh, that's Frieza.
That's Frieza, okay.
He's kind of one of the iconic bad guys. The first one that Goku actually went against to turn Super Saiyan.
I recognize him.
Get the gold hair, going and everything like that. He's actually now currently in the Dragon Ball Super. Even though he's been dead, they brought him back just for that one. I'm guessing he must have been that much of a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Or they just really like androgyny. So one way or another, he's back. Yeah. I don't know. You gonna pick this one up?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Done with your fighting games?
I mean, I like them, but I don't know if I'm going to spend money on them.
So when it becomes a PlayStation free game or something like that, then you'll get back on?
I'll download it. I'll play them. Somebody has it at their house. I'll play it. But I'm not going to go out and buy it. There's other games I'd rather spend my money on. And it's just, that's not my forte. It's not my cup of tea.
Punch the Bird said, "Where's the black fighter? Every fighting game has to have a black guy." I don't know, man. How many black characters do you know in Dragon Ball Z outside of Popo? Ooh. Yeah, you don't probably know who that is, and they changed him purple, so you can't really. Yeah.
Last week, didn't somebody say that green characters are basically the black characters?
Basically, yeah. Okay. So Piccolo, to me, he's definitely the black character in the game. So if you were thinking of anything, then boom, you got him. He's definitely going to be it. Yeah, I don't know. When the game comes out, I'll definitely give it a try, but I'm not gonna buy this game. Sorry, I'm not that big of a fan of Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yeah, and that's the other half of the coin for me is I'm not that big of a fighting game fan, and I'm not that big of a Dragon Ball Z fan. It's just, do we know how much it's coming out at?
It's going to be 50.
50?
It's going to be full price.
Full price?
Yeah, it's going to be full price. I don't know. What are they saying in chat room real quick before I move right on? The character was the only one who stayed dead, probably. Who's he talking about? 316.
I think Frieza.
Yeah, for a while, but of course now they're back. And then Blood Ocean says was Oob black. He was brown, so we'll give him that. We'll give him that. You know what? Speaking of race, let's move right on to the next topic.
Oh yeah, this can't go wrong.
Yeah, game companies are failing on diversity according to a new report, Mr. Webb.
Failing how? In employees or design wise?
Employees.
Okay.
But you got to think about this. Now, here's the question before I read this whole thing. Do you feel that diversity is needed in game development?
100%.
Why?
Diversity brings different perspectives and different styles to games that if you have one race, one creed, one type of person designing a game, you're going to have the same game across the board.
Very PC answer there, Mr. Webb.
Well, it's, when you run for office, you got to learn how to be PC.
Is that what you're planning on doing, running for office?
Yeah, Webb 2024.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not a hard mountain to climb after the person that's there.
That's
now,
what I'm saying.
so.
I mean, if you could do it, I'm saying, I'm not going to go against Oprah in 2020.
Yeah, you don't want to.
You know what? I'm not going to do 2024 either because I'm not going to go after her re-election. 2028, Webb.
Okay, there you go. Shoot for something attainable.
Yeah, I'm not going to go against Oprah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So according to a new report, video game companies are failing to employ a sufficiently diverse workforce, despite increasing demand among employees to hire more women and minorities. In an International Game Developer Association 2017 Developer Satisfaction Survey released today, which I don't know when this article was written, so it could have been 5 years ago. Actually, that's wrong because I just said 2017, so blah, blah, blah. 81% of the game developers said that diversity in the workplace is very important or somewhat important. Up to 78% of percent in 2016 said it was somewhat important, very important, and then 63% in 2015. So actually, it's risen up. So from 2015, there's only 63% that said it's necessary. All right, we need it.
Right.
It's risen up to 78% now. So more people are like, yes, we're on board with David Webb. There needs to be more diversity in the workforce for game development.
73% for polls. That's not bad.
78.
I'll take 78, even better.
Yeah,
I'll
even
take
better.
78.
Yeah.
I'll take a 78 poll rating.
When asked to choose a single factor that can ensure future growth and success in gaming, 21% opted for more diversity in game content, just behind advancement in game design at 22%. So right under game design to make, more advancement in video games was diversity in the industry or whatever. That's
not bad.
I want to know what beat those though. Like if I ask you if you're a game developer and I'm like, what do you think can make video games better? How did 22% of the people say advancement in game where was that? Crap. 22%. More diversity in game content. Oh yeah, advancement in game design.
It's 22%.
It's 22%.
What's diversity?
Diversity is 21%. It's under it. Yes.
So you got 41% right there. I would say the rest of it is probably not one. There's not another big chunk. That's number one. That's number two right there.
You think that's number 1 and 2? Really?
I know.
And then maybe. It's just that split amongst the people?
I don't know.
Yeah, that means literally what, like 80-something% of it chopped down into a whole bunch of different ones?
What's 100 minus 41?
Whatever. That means
59%.
50-something, but not even that because it's chopped into little ones since they're all not a bulk of something.
59% chopped up.
So 10, 10, 10, and 10.
10% here, 10% there, 19%
like,
here, 15% there.
That's terrible. There should be a unanimous thing, minus of course the diversity and everything like that. But there should be a huge chunk that says game advancement in game development.
What would you say would be the number one?
Advancement in game development, mechanics, not the hardware, software, new ways to play inside the game.
Okay.
Like we've got all the stuff already locked down of platformer shooters and stuff like that. We know how that can work.
How can we do it differently?
How can we do it different? How can we do it better?
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Okay, yeah.
Because I always throw this at the people, especially the people that really love graphics. If you bump up the graphics in a video game to 90% and leave down the gameplay at 10%, you have a bad game, don't you?
Yeah.
But if you did it in
polish a
reverse,
turd, it's still a turd.
Exactly. But you did it in reverse, and you had 90% gameplay, and you focused on that gameplay, and you had like 10% graphics. You got Cuphead. So
yeah, that's true.
You don't need the best looking graphics, but you got some good stuff.
You have to have a solid game.
You have to have a solid game. Actually,
Yeah.
Cuphead has really good graphics. It's all subjective.
That's what I've talked about it before a couple of times. When the YouTubers I watch, Casey Neistat, you've seen his stuff. One of the things that he says all the time about when people ask him, how do you get started in movie making? He said, just start. Use whatever camera you have. Equipment does not matter.
Yes.
What matters is telling a good story. If you could tell a good story, then the quality of it is going to be, people can overlook quality. It's the story good. If the story is good, then you have a good movie.
That's 100% correct.
And that's same with the game. If the gameplay is good, the mechanics are good, but the quality, the graphics are bad, then you have a 2D platformer. But it's a really good game.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it. All the classic ones.
Yeah.
They aren't the best graphics, but they were good because they were solid games. They also did in the survey, of course, the different races of people. Said in terms of ethnicity, 61% identified themselves as white, which kind of threw me a little bit on this this survey. Like they identify themselves as white.
Identify themselves as okay.
I guess that's a thing, right? 18% were Southeast Asian, or higher than previous numbers. Respondents were from Taiwan, followed by Hispanic at 5%, and a whopping 1% Black people.
Wow.
Right?
That's really low.
Where you guys at, guys? Where are we at out there? Where are the Black game developers? Like they're just nowhere? Really?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Well, okay, I mean, think about that. We walked through 2 floors of Twitch.
Uh-huh.
I
was the only Black person in that building, I feel.
I think you were.
I was the only Black person.
I didn't see anybody else. I mean,
we're out there.
Could
we
be
gotta
wrong.
Be somewhere.
It could be wrong.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
we gotta be out there.
You have the top streaming, website in gaming, and what's their diversity like? I mean, it was all white people, but
Okay. I don't know. We're out there. They also went on, of course, to do sexual orientation, which, I mean, yeah, it's definitely all in there. We won't get too much into that one anyway. But the survey was taken by 963 people, Webb.
Holy crap, that's a low number.
So it's
That's low.
What I mean, that's actually, I feel like that's kind of high for game developers, because that's who they asked. They didn't just ask random Joe. 963 people.
I get 900.
With 42% of that based in the U.S.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And I mean, overseas is probably a little tougher. Like, if you go to Japan and ask game developers, you're not really going to get a lot of diversity over there.
No, it's going to be less than 1%.
Yeah, so, it's I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. I got to ask you, where did you find this GIF that you're playing right now? Because it's really weird.
Oh, this is the Michael Jackson black and white GIF.
Okay.
I felt it was fitting for, the topic that we were talking about. Diversity. Men, women, minorities, all this different type of, I've been kind of on fire with the GIF game tonight when it comes to that up.
A little bit. I'm impressed.
And you should be, because I'm figuring out how to do all this.
On the fly?
On the fly. Literally on the fly. Like, it's the, seat of my pants type of thing here. But to tell you the God honest truth, that's all I got.
That's all you got.
Yep.
Watching the Dallas Fuel, its Soul Dynasty game right now. It's up 2-1 Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty, yeah.
Yep. They are, looks like Fuel has a chance to pull ahead and tie in game 3 right here, but they got to keep them from the point, and Dynasty is right there at the point. Yeah, it's going to be a close one. They're in New Bonnie right now.
New Bonnie.
And they're right there about to They're right at the edge. You know, the little circle where you drop the payload?
Mm-hmm.
They're right there. And Soul just took it.
Well, I guess you're not going to be a commentator for the Overwatch League.
No, I got to practice.
Yeah, you got to practice a lot. And I wonder what that application even looks like.
What as a commentator, you know that little circle thing?
Yeah.
The yellow team is right there.
That's what I'm thinking.
And the white team is trying to stop them. That's where we're at right now. With Overwatch.
I got a couple more news stories.
All right, what you got?
YouTube removes Logan Paul from Google Preferred, puts out other projects on hold as well. I don't know. How long did it take for them to finally respond?
Too long in my opinion, and I've seen different stories about this. I haven't actually read what YouTube released.
Okay.
One headline I read said that YouTube finally responded, but it was full of excuses and
huge excuses,
not actions. And then I've read other things where they're saying they're taking major action against Logan Paul. So I don't.
They said that. That's one thing.
Okay.
They said they're taking major, or they were gonna, take the necessary actions or something like that. But Logan is the one that I think took his video down. For anybody that didn't know, Logan Paul did some insensitive video on the Japanese suicide forest where he actually came across an actual suicide victim and made a video about it or whatever and posted that up. So I don't know. It seems like the Pauls, is that their last names?
Yeah, Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Yeah, it seems like they're always in the news for something controversial.
Well, I mean, some people, that's just how they make their fame, is controversy.
And here's the thing. I think YouTube knows. They know exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew they was going to get millions of hits, and that's going to make a little bit of money. Let's ride it a little bit.
That's the thing.
Let's go.
You have a lot of creators that are not super happy with YouTube right now, and just generally speaking, as a creator, they're not happy with them for many different reasons. I mean, one, monetization, how they're, the whole, what was it, restricted mode? That was a whole big controversy.
Yes.
And then you got, them kind of looking past things like this, but then they're putting, I'm not going to remember all the initials, so please don't take offense to this chat. LGBTQT.
Yeah, we get you.
Yeah, putting those videos. I tried to nail it. I tried putting those videos on like the restricted channel or demonetizing them.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, he was able to monetize his videos, no problem.
And just make money.
No
problem.
He got 6 million views on that video before he took it down.
That's ridiculous. And I wonder how much that equates to too, actually. Like, I don't know how much it does. Like, what's that transfer fee? How many bits? How many bits does he get for that? What are they talking about in chat? Dying Hope said he also got into a lawsuit with an airline because he packed a little person in a suitcase and checked him into luggage. Like, really? How does he get away with this stuff?
Well, they did it in Ocean's 11, so...
First of all, it's a movie. It's definitely a freaking movie. And then, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense how you can turn your eye towards one,
Okay.
But if somebody else does something even, remotely the same, they bring the band hammer down.
So this is as of 2014.
Okay.
Roughly, a video creator will earn $2,000 for every million views. So if that's still accurate...
Wait, you said
2,000 for every million. So
okay.
if he did 6 million, then he did $12,000 on that video. Now, how much of that actually goes to the creator, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if this article takes that into account.
There's got to be something.
You know. But yeah, I mean, even still, even if you got, half of that, $6,000 for this video.
Very much true.
For one video, $6,000.
Shouldn't have got a red cent. Shouldn't have got a red cent.
It's a different. Let's see. Brock Adam in chat says they demonetized a couple of my favorite fitness YouTubers for 4-letter words, but he does that crap and nothing. Yep.
4-letter words? What were those 4-letter words?
Certain words. I don't know. What's up, J-Roms? Again, if you're listening to the podcast right now, if you're listening on Thursday or Friday or whenever, and you're not in chat right now, you definitely should be because you're missing out.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/videogamebang. You be a part of the show.
I don't know. I mean, he's gonna, of course, do what he does, and we'll see where this whole because I don't think it's over. I don't think his.
Do you see him changing?
No, changing. Come on, come on.
Nah,
he's not changing.
He's not changing.
But you know what is changing, people? That's right, box office sales records.
I saw that Jumanji beat Star Wars.
That's ridiculous. First of all, like why? I wasn't talking about that though. But yes, why?
I know what your story was. Yeah, that's insane. To me, that goes to show how much word of mouth affects something. Because of all the bad press and the bad reviews that Star Wars is getting. Yes. Not many people are going to go see that. Or they're waiting. Yes. You know, they're going to wait until they have a free Tuesday and they're going to go to $5 movies. But it's just crazy to think about that Jumanji
out of everything.
The remake. And I don't even think it's going to be as good as the original.
Well, Dying Hope in chat said Jumanji had The Rock. Star power.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, yeah. Jumanji had The Rock. Had what's his name?
Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm. Jack Black.
Yeah, that's
true.
And
then so
that's true.
There's a power 3 right there.
Yeah.
And then Karen Gillan.
Yeah.
Who those of us who know her is she's really good. So yeah, they're gonna go see.
Definitely really good.
But I'm talking about Black Panther being out Cap America.
That's right.
Yeah.
Black Panther presale tickets breaks Marvel Cinematic Universe record, everybody. That's right. You can go buy your tickets right now. And get in line. Probably might as well just get in line right now as well for the Black Panther movie. It's coming out in February, Black Panther month, as we all know. It's not African American History Month anymore. It's Black Panther month.
Black Panther month.
Yeah. We're all Wakandans for that 1 month from now on, everybody.
Wait, everybody is?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got really excited. Dang.
He's like, wait, everybody. That's terrible.
I was super excited.
Oh man, I'm trying to find numbers, like actual hardcore numbers. All I'm seeing is just whatever, pre-sale ticket stuff.
You go back to the diversity that we were talking about before. If this is not a proof, like a sign to Marvel to make more movies of their diverse characters, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, man.
I mean, look at that. Civil War, Captain America Civil War is basically an Avengers movie.
It is.
It's basically an Avengers movie.
It's not even a basically. It is a Avengers movie.
I forget that it's Captain America Civil War.
All the time.
I just call it Civil War.
Exactly.
I just think it's Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers Civil War.
They have a whole cast of people in there. All of the superheroes are in there. Black Panther's even in there. And then you have Black Panther solo movie coming out and topping that.
I think they just need to go. They need to go high production fringe Marvel characters.
Yeah.
They did Guardians of the Galaxy, success.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were, really. Like, outside of your hardcore fans, nobody knew who these people were.
We'll go back to 2009 with Iron Man.
Iron Man, he wasn't the top guy for Yeah. So, like, you pushed him out. Do it. Take those risks, Marvel. You got the money. You got the franchises now. Everybody's back home. Everybody's back home.
Everybody's here.
It's time to let them all out, everybody. Thank you for listening, though. Man, 2-man show, and we killed it, of course.
This was successful. This was a successful 2-man show.
Very successful show. We had the gifts on point, so if you weren't out and you didn't see them live, what's wrong with you? That's all I got to say. Is what's wrong with you? Come out to Video Game Bang. It's videogame_bang, right?
Yep. Nailed it.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/videogame_bang. Ivy says she's sorry that she missed everybody. She loves you guys, but she was dying.
And Corey says, screw you guys. He doesn't miss any of you, and he's living.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So there you go, everybody. Don't forget to go to the social medias, of course. Tell your friends about us. Leave us some comments so we can know how to make the show better or worse. If you want the show to be worse, let us know. We're here.
We can do worse.
We're doing it all. Yeah, we can do worse. We can definitely do worse. You want a half-a-man show? Because we could probably make that happen.
Wow.
I know a guy. That's all I'm saying. I know a guy. We'll keep in touch. And then we got some more, of course, surprises coming in store. We're working on a couple of projects on the hush hush right now. But we'll be making some announcements. I don't know.
2018 is gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Again, if you are in the NorCal area, you want to make the trek to San Francisco, or if you're in the Bay Area, stop by the Emporium. Friday, January 12th.
That's what it's called, the Emporium, right?
The Emporium.
Okay.
Friday, January 12th, 6 p.m. We got Super and Sinatra are going to be there signing autographs. We got Overwatch swag. It's an arcade bar. We're going to have a whole viewing party. Match starts at 8. So come hang out with us, San Francisco Shock. Let's shock the world, people.
Ooh, I like
Let's do
that
it.
one. For the real David Webb, I am Sir Aaron Carter saying that I want to shock the world one day, and I think I already have. I just have to figure out what I did.